Yeah, so today we will discuss SAST and the SCA. I'm sharing my screen, so just confirm me. All of you able to see my screen or not? You
Yes,
all,
sir.
yeah, yeah, fine. So today we will start SAST scan. Yeah, so SAST it is two ways we will do that. One it is manual way, another way it is by using the SAST tools. Okay, so this is two ways. One is manual. So for manual coding skill required, any coding professional, coding experts will do this manual code review. And the second way is, so we are using SAST tools by using the tools. So second way is SAST tools. So these tools, many tools are there in the market. So the few of the popular tools, check marks, 45 and Veracode. So like this, many tools are there. So these are all the commercial tools. The organization will use these tools. So mostly organization will use these tools. Very few organizations will expect the manual code review. That's the very few organizations. Major organization will expect follow these tools. So why? Because the coding it's a continuous process. So developers they will develop and they will release the code uh, every sprint wise. So if you see, we discussed already SDLC, right? SDLC we discussed. So SDLC model. So in this SDLC, if you see in Agile model is the popular method. So in SDLC, Agile is the popular. So organizations are following this process model. So in Agile model, the coding the code will continuously develop and they will deploy. So they won't develop application in one time and they won't release to the customer. So they will develop features wise and they will release the features will be integrating to the existing applications. If you see many of the applications, if you take the any bank application, so we are keep on seeing the new features keep on there integrating there adding to their applications. If you have the net banking, if you log in and you can able to see what are the features are there. So initially only the fund transfer and later they provided the insurances they integrated, and then some services, the KYC relevant, and some the fast track feature also integrated. So like that, different features they will keep on add to the existing applications. So that way, to add keep on to the existing application. So it is possible in Agile model. Okay. So I will show Agile model as well. Let me show uh, Agile SDLC. Just look at the image. Yeah. Yes. See this. So it is continuous process. First requirement. Suppose for one feature we gather requirements and then design, development, testing, and then it is deployed to the customer. If any new feature customer expected, again, they will take that requirement and they will do all those activities. They will repeat and they will integrate to the application. If any new additional features, so keep on, they will take the requirement and they will be developed and they will integrate to the application. So this, it will possible in the agile model. Okay, so many SDLC models are there, but agile is the popular method. So in this model, the changes will will accept, will allow. So it will work in uh, repetition model. Okay, so this is fine. So the if you see here, suppose if we'll take the example of our demo test file application. Yeah. So we are taking the example of our demo test file application. So in the first time development, we are given features to develop the only summarize and this one transfer, these two alone. So we will log in and we'll transfer our accounts and we can see our summary. So this is the features given. And next time as a customer, suppose I am the owner of this application. So I will reach the application development team and I will ask, so I have new thoughts. I want these additional features in my application. So this is my requirement and I will give the some deadline. They will develop and they will again, they will deploy, they will integrate those features into my application. The code, right? Keep on every this way I will keep on ask, they will develop and they will release the integrate the features. So these all features, how it will come to my application as a code format, right? As a code only, uh, they will developers will develop the code and it will integrate the code. It will work, right? Up to this, it is clear for everyone. Up to clear, Agile model.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah. So here the keep on new requirements we are giving and the code is they are developing and integrating to the application. So for every feature, we need to review the code. Whenever I'm going ask the development team, whenever I go back and I ask the organizers to develop new feature, so that code need to be reviewed. Security perspective, we need to review. After this functional testing is completed, before it is going to the deployment, security experts need to review it. After development itself, we have to review the code. So every time reviewing, it will take time. Suppose in organization there is multiple projects are there. So as a human reviewing the code, it's not that much possible. And again, there is no proof of concept. Suppose you are the developer. So I ask you to review the code every time. Whenever new features I am giving. So every release before you have to review the code. And then where is the proof? You reviewed properly. You covered all the points. No proof, right? No proof of concept in the manual review. So that's the why. So organization follow the standard tools. So these tools, it is worldwide, it is recognized tools and approved tools. So these tools will be followed and it will be covered for security perspective. The developed code, the developed code, it is any vulnerabilities are there or it is secure as per the security standards, the code it is there or not, these tools will test and it will be confirmed. So the tool, it has the clear the coverage and then findings. So we can share that report to the customer. So we perform security assessment. So these are the reports, these are the existing vulnerabilities and development team is fixed so on so issues. So that's the way we can convey, we can show to the developers, right? So these tools we will use for the scanning the source code. Okay, one way, if you are expert in the coding level, you can review the code. So but most of the organizations, it won't prefer to consider the manual review. So you have to use these tools and you have to scan it. Once the scanning is completed, and you have to do the false positive analysis. The false positive analysis is similar. So as we did yesterday, same. So once the scanning is completed, all findings will be available. So by clicking that vulnerable file, it will show. Suppose it is 1,000 lines of code, so it will navigate directly. So suppose it is at code level 900, it is the vulnerable, the piece of code they used libraries, or else they're not validated the values, they are directly integrating, or any sensitive data, it is hard coded, any passwords or any secrets are hard coded, any vulnerability algorithms or methods you use. So anything. So as per the security standards, if you miss anything, so it will be report. When you open the report, it will navigate directly, and the tool itself, it will give the suggestion as well. So this piece of code, it is the vulnerable in this program, and this is the remediation. So suppose we will take the example of SQL injection. So at line number 900, this piece of code, it is vulnerable to the SQL injection. To avoid, to overcome, to mitigate this, you have to write the parameterized SQL query. You need to validate the input, you need to do the parameterized query. So it will be the tool itself, it will be suggest in which piece of code it is the vulnerable. Is it clear? So I will show the few the vulnerable codes. It is clear up to here? Yeah, please respond. Is it clear or not?
Yeah, kind of, yeah, Lakshmi.
Yes, yes. So I will show few of the reports, the SAST scan reports. Okay. So through that you will get some confidence. So you have the YouTube, right? So you can just simply, if you go and search the reports, the scan with the check marks, SAST scan with the 45, SAST scan with the Veracode. So you will get the tool, and then the process, how to do the process, and how the reports look like. So everything. So the tools, we don't have to perform this. So that's why you can just watch the video one time, so that you will get the confidence. But I will show the few sample reports, how these scan reports, after scan completed, the reports look like. Let me open. So we will go through a few of the reports. So we have the SCA as well. So I will show that reports as well. So first we will concentrate on SAST report part. We don't want SCA now. We want SAST. So this is Checkmark's website. So they're given very brief about their tools and the coverages. It's a lot of information. So we don't want all of this. So we want the sample findings. So this is the tool. So it has overview about. So in organization also they will be changed, keep on the tools. So you need to be upgrade yourself. So if you refer document and then any videos, the tool provider itself, we can get the demos on the report. Yeah. So this like this. So once the scan is completed, if you click, it will show like this. If you click on the vulnerability name, so it will open the program file. It will open and it will navigate and it will show where is the vulnerable and what is that vulnerable. Yeah. So once scan completed, you will able to see like this. Okay. So it's allowing up to this only. So all of you able to see this? SQL injection and broken authentication, sensitive data exposure, broken access control, security misconfigurations. Are you able to see this?
Yes.
Yeah. So once scan is completed, so you need to log into the dashboard. Once you log into the dashboard, the all scan findings, that mean the vulnerabilities in that particular scan, it is reported vulnerabilities. It show like this. It will show all the vulnerabilities. When you click on any particular vulnerability, the piece of code, it will open like this. The piece of code, it will open. Where is the vulnerable and the remediations also, it will be description, it will be there. Okay. So we know the SQL injection remediation. So you can Google it and the piece of code, you can get it and you can share to the developers, or else you can share this directly to the developers and explain. So this piece of code, it is vulnerable to the SQL injection. To avoid this, you have to rewrite in the suggested way. You have to explain to the developers. Okay. So the similar, if you this scan, it will happen every weekly once. If you have 10 applications, the scan will do on the 10 applications. It will report in that particular application the source code level, the findings, it will show same way. So you will open the application, you are connecting to the application dashboard and you are opening the scan findings, you can able to see like this. So this is like this only, all SAST scans, whatever the tool you are using. So the source code, it is configured to that tool. So mostly this scan will do in automation process. So it will use DevSecApp tools will be used. Yeah, so DevSecApp tools will be used. So that tools will do this process automatically. So DevOps tools, and suppose your source code is available in repository, the source code repository. So this source code repository, so we have the cloud repository, GitHub, we have GitLab, and so like this, the source code will be stored after developers development is completed. They will be store this source code in particular cloud services or else in on premises, that mean in internal servers. So that place we call repositories. So example of it, GitLab, Bitbucket. So like this, any repository. So once development is done, that source code will be stored in this. It will be pasted in this repository. So these repositories are configured to this DevSecApps tools. So DevOps tools. So this DevOps tools, many tools are there. So Jenkins organization will be used as per their preference. So DevOps tools are there, AWS tools are there. Okay, so any services they will be use it. So this DevOps tools here, this source code, it will be configured. It will be, the code, it will be fetch the source, this DevOps tools, the code will be fetched, and here auto these tools also. The SAST tools, DAST tools, DAST, SAST, SCA. So any tools. So these tools, it will integrated here with the help of Jenkins tools. Okay. So while running this tool, this source code, it is configured, and this dash tools also, it will be built here. And while uh, build scanning, before inside the scan, so it will merge the connection while running the program. Suppose if we talk respect to dash scan, so if I configured automation and the dash tool, I need these develop tools like Jenkins, AWS. So here I will fetch where this dash tool it is installed. So I will call that one from these tools. So when I call this, and I will before that I will do the configuration. So dash specific what are the web URLs I have to scan. So that web URL I will give, and I will run it. So while it dynamic running time, so it will fetch this, it will run the dash tool, and it will match the URL as per the configurations. Once the scan is completed, the results are available in the results will be published in dashboard. Scan results. Okay, so you will log into the dashboard, and you can able to see all the scans. What are the scans done, or what type of scans? Dash scan, SAST scan, SCA scan. You will click on that, and then you will find the scan findings, and you can able to generate the report from here. So this is DevSecApps. So this whole process is called DevSecApps. Okay, so this whole process, it is called DevSecApps. అర్థమైందా? So few tools, all tools, suppose respective to dash scan, all dash scan tools not support to do the automation. So few of the tools like JAP it will support, Pursuit not support, SL Labs cannot support. So like that, few of the tools not support to do automation. So this is by using DevSecApps we can automate these scans. Scans automation. Okay, so security we are using DevSecApp tools for tools. to make this process automatic to run. Okay, so this is about the DevSec apps. The source code, it will be once development completed, we will copy the source code in particular folder, and we'll go to the DevSec app tools. There we'll build the one program file. So that program file will do the configurations and all. So in that configuration process, where this source code it is there, so that path will configure, and where this is it's implemented, so that will be take it. So this process, it's called CI/CD. So it is continuous CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous deployment. Okay, so we are configuring in the CI/CD pipeline. Okay, so this is called CI/CD pipeline. Yeah, so by using DevSec app tools, we will do the configuration, the source code and tools into the CI/CD pipeline. So it will we will schedule as per the schedule. It will run the scan. Once the scan is completed, the results also it is possible to publish on particular dashboard. So dashboard nothing but it is particular URL. So suppose I want my results here. When I open this URL, here I have to see all the scan results reports. So that's we call the dashboard. Okay, this is clear. This picture is clear for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is very, very important. Try to understand in overview perspective. Okay, what is DevSec apps? You will definitely ask in interviews. DevSec DevSec apps. So DevSec app means, so we have explained the SDLC lifecycle first, and then in SDLC lifecycle, so wherever the possibility to do the automation, our security activities. So all activities we are doing with the help of DevSec apps. That means we are using DevOps tools, and we try to make the automation. Okay, so developers every time they will develop and they will paste the code in the folder. So we are running weekly once this. Automatically it will fetch the source code. What are the changes are there? What are new files are there? So all files it will get it from here, and it will run and it will publish. So that way we won't miss anything. So whatever the changes are, they are done and they are pasted in the folder. So it's to keep on, it is doing the scans weekly once as per the schedule. So we are continuously doing the scans. So it is a possibility to avoid the vulnerabilities as early as possible. It's clear.
Yeah, Lakshmi.
Yeah. So mostly these SAST tools and SCA tools, it's the automation only. That means we will use these DevOps tools and we will be configured here, and we will run to run on weekly ones and automatically and schedule ways. Okay, so dash alone. So we will manually will do it. And SAST and ASA, these two is 100% will go with DevOps tools with automation process only. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So now we will go into deeper. Now we will see type of vulnerabilities in SCA, SAST scan, and type of vulnerabilities in SCA scan. We will see. So yesterday we have seen the dash, and we have seen now SCA scan results also. This is the reports look like here. So it won't generate, it won't as like dashed scan report, you can't generate this. Okay, report it won't come as a dashed scan. So you can able to find like this. each vulnerabilities, and when you click, you can able to see the source code and then which program file it is and what is the line of vulnerability and how to rewrite. So that way you can. So it is possible to create. Suppose here you are able to see this many vulnerabilities, and you are going to create one Jira ticket, and you are going to assign all of these vulnerabilities in that Jira ticket. So ticketing tool we are going to use it. So if I think you all are working, so you know ticketing tools, right? Any tool. So Jira or ServiceNow, Bugzilla. So anything. So organization will use these tools, right? So we'll use those tools and we'll be create one ticket. And in that ticket we are going to assign all of the findings, the application name, and then all these findings we are going to update in that particular ticket. And the ticket you are going to assigning to the respective development team. For every application, there will be separate development team will be there, right? So you are going to assign to that development team. They will, if they have any doubts, they will be come back and they will ask. Suppose you reported SQL injection in this particular code, so I have doubt. So how to rewrite or what is the impact? So they will be come back. So you have the description here, or else you can simply go to the Google and then just type it SQL injection vulnerable code and remediation code. You will get it. Simply see this SQL injection vulnerable code. Vulnerable code. So you will get it, and then simply go again remediation also. SQL injection remediation code snippet. You will get it. So you will get it. You can refer from the popular website. See, I just search for the SQL injection remediation code snippet. It is searching from WebASP I can. So from PostFigure I can refer here. Hmm. So you will get like this. If you open, there will be their remediation for that vulnerability, how to mitigate. Give these links to the developers. They will go through and they will understand how to rewrite. So this is the vulnerable code and how to rewrite, and programming wise they given here. Suppose it is a backend Java it is. So in Java, how to rewrite. Suppose backend it is C#.NET, how to rewrite in that C#.NET. The code it will depends on the application. They will be use the different programming languages, right? So as a human, you are not expert in all the programming languages. You have to know how to get the solution. So that way you have to know first. So then you can refer this. You can give to the developers. They will go through it and they will rewrite as per this. This mobile speed is a worldwide recognized security website. Okay, so they will follow this and they will rewrite the code. That way it will defense from the SQL injection. See here, VB.NET, how to rewrite. So suppose you are working as a Java developer. So we don't know, right? This VB.NET. It's not possible to be learn all the programming languages. So suppose I'm working in one organization as a security expert. So I have to work for in that organization. There will be 100 clients are there. So 100 clients they have the different requirements. As per their requirement, different programming languages are using. So it's not possible to me to learn all type of programming languages, right? I have to know how to get the solution for all type of programming languages. If they come back and they tell we are using this programming language, here it is throwing this SQL injection, how to remediate? Yes, simply go to the Google and search it and find from the popular websites. So you always have a research mindset. You keep on upgrade yourself, and you should have that research mindset. So you are doing the scans for different applications. So it is possible to come different type of vulnerabilities, right? So not only WASP top 10, it may be you will get a different experience when you go and Google it, and you search, if you read about it, then you are able to understood. The process is same. You are scanning and the findings. You have to understand these findings. Few it is already well known, the WASP top 10 SANS 25. So you can simply get it, and you may feel sometime it is different. So I'm not heard it. So you should have the mindset to go and Google it, and search in different websites and try to understand first what is that, and what is the remediation for it. This mindset should have the developers, that means security experts. Okay, is it clear? Hello, I'm audible?
Let others respond, Lakshmi. Apart from
Okay.
me, no one will respond actually.
Yeah, yeah. So, see, it is not the school, I'm not headmaster. Okay. So it
Because I am very poor in this subject.
is,
Though I
yeah.
am trying to learn, I'm like saying yes, Lakshmi, yes, Lakshmi, but other expertise are there. No one is
Yeah.
responding.
See, it is this platform is to sharing knowledge. Okay.
Yeah,
So I'm not a headmaster. So here we are to, yeah, ask the questions, we have to discuss. Okay. So first I will give the overview about it. So what is it? How it will work? What is the pattern? High level I will give it. So and then I will try to dig into deeper. Okay, first you need to understand high level. Then slowly you need to take one concept. This is the one, right? I given. So suppose it is a SAST scan. Once the scan is completed, so the results look like this. I given sample of this. So if you go on simple in the Google, YouTube, so I mentioned here many tools, right? I mentioned many tools. So just go on YouTube and search for the same thing, SAST scan with the check marks, SAST scan with the 45. Take one tool, take only one tool, but SAST scan with the 45. Just if you open the Google, so you will get very detailed. That means the tool, how it's look like, and I explained here clearly. But the practically you can able to see that the configurations and all, where the repository and the this DevSecApp tool, the configuration where it is configured, and when it's run, the results. So results we are able to see this. So finally results this will come, the configurations steps one by one, how the tool is look like. So that experience you will get it, right? Okay. So in security, these are the primary activities: DAST, SAST, SCA. These are in real time. These are three are the primary activities. Okay. And then to do that, we are using other sources. So to wherever the possible automation, we will look for it. We'll try to utilize those automations. Okay, so we are utilizing the tools, and we are doing the scans, and then we are analyzing the results. This is our primary activity. The results we are sharing to the development team, and we are guide them to fix the vulnerability. This is our major primary role and responsibilities. Okay, so whatever your experience level, so these are the major activities, and addition to this, so few organizations will expect that mean we are learned manual, right? So if you know manual, then you can able to understand this report quickly. If you we practiced it manually, all the vulnerabilities we discussed. So if you are good, that means if you are good with the manual, so then simply you can able to understand. So what is the vulnerability? You already practiced it. So SQL injection by SQL, suppose in the SQL injection, it is there in the application. What are the activities where we can able to perform it? So we can able to bypass the login, and we did data exploitation, and we did uh, time-based escalation, Boolean-based escalation. So like this, different test cases we practice, right? So if the vulnerability is there in the application means any of this, it is possible to be occur. So you know the background about it. You are as a pen tester. So then when scan is completed, you will be able to see in this report, in this particular, you can explain to the developers. So in your program, this particular piece of code, it is leading to the SQL injection. You need to avoid. If you not avoid this, so suppose it is a login, so it will lead to bypass the login. That way you can able to explain to the developers. So that's why the practice, it is mandatory. So if you, our lab setup and our practice, it is mandatory. If you did the practice manually, so it is very easy to understand the scan findings and explaining to the developers. So if any new things came also, you can able to easily learn and understand. So you already did few practices. So by with that experience, you can able to do. Okay. Yes. Yeah, ma. Okay. So go through it. Okay. So go to YouTube and see the scan, any SCA scan, how the scan is doing. So we have the dash scan, we practiced it, and SAST scan, we don't have the lab setup. So you just watch the video one time. So that's the enough. And these are the findings. This type of findings will be reported in SCA scans. Okay.
Okay, na.
Yeah. Yeah. So initially you need to spend the time. First few months you need to spend the time to understand this subject. So this subject, it is there is a lot of scope to learn. If you will start reading and understanding, start digging, you can do it. Keep on. There is no limit. Okay, many things are there to learn it. Okay, so first this focus in these areas. So this much is enough to get and enter into the job. And if you have the time and focus and try to dig deeper into. Okay, so now I will show the few of SCA scan reports. So Sigmarks, they have the SCA and the SAST scan both. So the plugins, integrations, so a lot of guidelines are there here. We want the report. So we don't want product information and all. So the guidelines is there. If you are using check marks, how to integrate the SAS tools, dash SA tools, dash tools, so that. So this specific to SCA, there is a tools. SCA tools. So snack, white source. So like this, popular tools, Veracode, Sonarku. So yeah, so like this, many tools, popular tools for SCA specific. So we know dash tools. We scan with the jab, and we discussed with the Barshut, and like this HC scan Veracode. In last class, I had discussed about the dash tools. So for SAST also different tools are there. Remember this tool's name. In interview perspective, they will be asked what dash tools are there and what tools have you worked. Okay. So if you don't know any tool names, if you know at least two tools name, tell them. So in market, checkmarks, Spotify, Veracode, like this many tools are there. But I has worked with the checkmarks tool. In my organization, we are using checkmarks only. Tell them, so that's enough. So you kept in resume in your resume. So you have you worked on the SAST tools. When you went for the interview, they asked about the SaaS tools. If you not say anything, simply they will understand, right? So you're not experienced with that particular tool. So that why these are the major areas. That's why you need to be focus more, prepare rough notes. What is the SAST? By using SAST, what can we do? Where SAST activity will come in SDLC? What type of SAST tools are there? And then what are the possibility of vulnerabilities in the SAST? And note few vulnerabilities names. So that much is enough. Same SCA. What is SCA? So SCA it is software composition analysis. So by using these SAST tools, we can scan the libraries. So yesterday we installed, day before yesterday we installed WASP job. It is throw some error, right? So you need to, we need JDK 19 above version to install the job. Before you install the job, you need to install that. It's given some dependency, right? That is the software, and it is clearly mentioned. While I'm installing the job, it is clearly mentioning JDK 19 or above version is required to install the job. There is a dependency. It is mentioned the what software or what library it is required and which version. Support version also it is given. So by using these SCA tools, we can scan the all the libraries, softwares, its versions. That means we can scan the libraries and it will throw with that library any vulnerable library. I'm using suppose example JDK 16 version. When I scan, it is throw error like so. This is the vulnerable version. You need to upgrade to the 21 JDK 21 version. These SCA tools will scan and report those. Okay, libraries is specific. This library is the vulnerable one. You need to upgrade to the latest version. So if you use the vulnerable one, so this type of vulnerabilities are exist. This type of vulnerabilities are possible. Okay, that it will report. I will show few of the reports so that you will get the very clear idea. SCS sample scan reports.
Laksh- Lakshmi, what is the main difference between SCA and SAS tools? Both are
SAP
scanning tools. Hmm?
అన్ని స్కానింగ్ టూల్సే. ఇది
Okay.
వచ్చేసి లైబ్రరీస్ స్కాన్ స్పెసిఫిక్ గా వచ్చేసి నీ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో నువ్వు యూజ్ చేస్తుంటావు థర్డ్ పార్టీ ప్లగిన్స్, డిఫరెంట్ మెథడ్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తుంటావు. సో అలాంటివన్నీ ఒక అప్లికేషన్లో ఉన్న లైబ్రరీస్ వాటి యొక్క వర్షన్స్ ఇది ఈ స్కాన్లో ఫైండ్ అవుట్ అవుతుంది. ఓన్లీ లైబ్రరీ స్పెసిఫిక్ ఇది. నువ్వు యూజ్ చేసిన లైబ్రరీస్ వర్నబుల్ ఉన్నవా, అప్డేటెడ్ వర్షన్స్. వర్నబుల్ అయితే ఓల్డ్ వర్షన్స్ అయితే ఆ వర్షన్స్ తో ఉన్న వర్నబిలిటీస్ ఏంటి అనేది రిపోర్ట్ చేస్తుంది SCAలో. ఇది ప్యూర్ సోర్స్ కోడ్. ఇప్పుడు
SAST.
సాస్ట్ వచ్చేసి ప్యూర్ సోర్స్ కోడ్. నువ్వు జావా ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాసినావు, సపోజ్ నువ్వు PLSQL డెవలపర్, నువ్వు రాసినావు 1000 లైన్స్ ఆఫ్ కోడ్. సో ఆ దానిలో వర్నబిలిటీస్ ఏమన్నా ఉంటే నువ్వు రాసిన పీస్ ఆఫ్ కోడ్ ఎనీ వర్నబిలిటీస్ పాసిబుల్ అయితే అది సాస్ట్ స్కాన్లో ఐడెంటిఫై అవుతాయి సాస్ట్లో.
Okay.
ఓకేనా?
Okay, doctor.
I will show few of the reports.
So can we use both tools in real time?
Yes,
SAST and
this is mandatory you will use in real time. ఎందుకంటే నీ ప్రోగ్రామ్ సోర్స్ కోడ్ పరంగా సెక్యూర్గా ఉండాలి. అందులో యూజ్ చేస్తున్న సాఫ్ట్వేర్స్, ప్లగిన్స్, లైబ్రరీస్ అవి సెక్యూర్ మెథడ్స్ ఉండాలి. అలానే ఇది డాష్ వచ్చేసి ఇట్స్ డైనమిక్ అప్లికేషన్ రన్ టైమ్. సో హియర్ ఆల్ థింగ్స్ ఆర్ ఇన్వాల్వింగ్ డైనమిక్ పర్స్పెక్టివ్లో అప్లికేషన్ సెక్యూర్గా ఉండాలి. సో 3 are mandatory activities in real time. See here, into real time. Yes, see this SCA scan, software composition analysis scan. So ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్లో ఇక్కడ you can able to see here different components are there. Messenger pack something you just know. So this is the version, message pack version ఇది. So suppose this version it is a vulnerable. Okay, now so here it will give the status, it is vulnerable or not vulnerable. ఇది వచ్చేసి రెస్ట్ షాప్ ఒక లైబ్రరీ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం. సో దాని వర్షన్ ఇది. సో అది వర్నబుల్ అవునా కదా, ఇట్స్ గివెన్. సో లైక్ దిస్ ఇన్ one application you will be use a different libraries, right? So respective to that it will throw. So you are using library, it is a secured one or it is vulnerable one. Okay, I will show a few more. See this JSON web token. So and so version you are using, and express sort express-jwt, తర్వాత వచ్చేసి sanitize HTML. ఇలా ఒక మెనీ లైబ్రరీస్ ఉంటాయి ఒక అప్లికేషన్లో. సో వెన్ యూ స్కాన్ ఇట్, then you know which version developers they used, and with that particular version it is a secure or it is vulnerable one. So you no need to be by heart this, but you need to know the process, what SCA will do and what SCA will report primarily. SCA will scan and it will report the versions and the vulnerability status with that particular version. So when you go and meet with the developers, you need to check. Suppose this tool is reported JSON web token version 0.4.0 is the vulnerable. So Google it first. Try to know what is the vulnerability with this version, and mitigation. What is the latest versions came with this, or else any patch they implemented. If any patch means, see that code, piece of code, which code, piece of code, and where they are implemented to avoid this. So sometimes it is not possible to go with the latest versions every time. So developers, they won't accept. Suppose you are going to report this. Developers not willing to update to the latest version. There is a few dependencies with internal components. So if you update latest version, it won't support. Example, yesterday I tried to install the JAP. So without JDK 19 version, it is not allowed to download, installed. There is a dependency with that JDK. So like that, so suppose even in my system JDK 16, it is there. If I try to install WASP JAP, it won't support. It is dependent with the latest version. So like that, in application, when you go and meet with the developer to update to the latest version, so sometimes there is a dependency means they are not accepted to update. So you need to look for it. If you go and Google this, you will able to identify with this JSON web token versions. If you type, it will give the all versions, and then you can able to see with this particular version what type of vulnerabilities or issues are there, to mitigate that what action is taken. So that you have to share to the developers. Your research and your findings you have to share, and you have to convey the developers to update to the latest version. Or else any patch possible, refer that patch and suggest developer to implement. అర్థమైందా? ఓకేనా? Sample libraries. Okay, see this. These all are libraries only. Java.util, Java.language, match, third-party libraries, Apache relevant. See this. These all are. Okay, log4j, Spring Framework. Like this, in one program, in application, many libraries will be used by the developers while they are writing the program. Srini, in your PLSQL also, while you are writing the package, any dependencies internally you are using means you need to declare in package header section itself, libraries that will have.
Yes, Lakshmi.
Yeah, yeah,
Global
yeah.
variables,
Yes,
package
yes.
definition.
Yeah, so all are libraries. Okay, clear? అర్థమైందా లేదా?
Yes, Lakshmi.
ఇంకొకసారి చెప్పండి.
నాకు ఒక ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఇవ్వండి లక్ష్మి, దాని తర్వాత ఐ విల్ టెల్ యూ.
ఓకే, సింపుల్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తా. ఇప్పుడు ఇది చూడండి, మీరు ఇది ఉందా, ఈ అప్లికేషన్ ఉంది, జస్ట్ లాగిన్ అవుతున్నారు కదా, ఇది మీకు రియల్ టైం అప్లికేషన్. సో ఇంటర్నల్ ఏమవుతుందో మనకు తెలియదు. ఏంటి, నువ్వు ఎండ్ యూజర్గా లేదా వీఆర్ నాట్ డెవలపర్స్ టు నో the backend, what are the programs they used, and how this integration, when the internal communication to the server, what are the backend, the components are there. So which component it is making to allow to log in, which component it is uh, doing the authentication. So we don't know, but you are simply entering your credential, and you are clicking on it, and you are feeling, yes, I'm able to log in. So this much only you and me know, right? Front end, correct? But to work back end, so in my system one, this is one browser. Suppose this also it is the component. Suppose if I go with Chrome, or else go with the Firefox versions, How many versions are there? If I go with the Windows itself, how many versions are there Windows? In which version we are actually right now using? Recently, they given notice also, Windows 10. Microsoft they stop providing the supports and patches providing and all. So 11 only is active. So we know, right? We came with the different versions: Windows XP, Windows 3, 7, 8, 10, 11. Right? These all are components only with the different versions came, right? So these are also components, and when you scan with but to do this components scan, we are using the different one. So I will let you know that. So if you are using the vulnerable one, when you did the scan, it will throw clearly you are using Windows 10. So this is not secure one, because of the support is not available, and then any hacker exploit anything, so that it will comes, you can able to find it from the Google itself. So Windows 10, so these are the vulnerabilities that exist. Hackers already hacked. If you continue with this, this much exploitation is possible, this much risk will be there, so you have to update to the latest version. That's what you are going to tell, right? This is the same, this in programming level. Inside the program level, inside the program level, so they are using different components. So those components to work the login process, so they are using one framework. This is log4j to work the login. So internal they used this log4j. Okay, so this is the framework will work for the login. So we tested XML. So I mentioned XML remediation part. In XML vulnerability remediation part, in any application, the data is transmitted in the XML format. In server side, latest versions should be there. Latest XML parsers are there. If not using latest parsers, then it is possible to this XML vulnerability or attack. The XML parsers will allow to execute the malicious script. So that all XML versions also it is libraries. Okay, so these all are the developers to work the program. They will be use different components. See, this is the library. Latest version I have to use. So these all are the libraries. If I go and check, different versions will be there. Okay, so inside the application program development, developers will use the different libraries to work the application, different perspective of functionality. Okay, to work the application login, uh, to send the mail, to send the notifications, to validate the user input. So this type of all headers, libraries, developers they will implement and they will use in their programming. Okay, and this is third-party libraries. Okay, so in simple also something you are able to see here, the plugins in Google itself. It will ask few of the plugins. Go and download, use the plugins here. All third-party plugins, right? So that all are third-party ones. So with that versions also, when you scan, it will throw. So this third party version library you are using, there is a possibility of vulnerabilities with this as well. Okay. So all of this component and it's a version specific, it will identified in this SAST scans. These are the tools: Poplar, Snack, White Source, SonarQube. అర్థమైందా? So I given overview and with the examples, right? So now your task is to dig into deeper. Go with the SCA tool, watching the video in YouTube, and get the snack report and see what are the findings are there. What type of findings are there? Take one of the finding, one vulnerability, come to Google and Google it with that particular version. What are the vulnerabilities are there? What is the latest version? In last year, very popular vulnerability, log4j. Yeah. So this is the popular vulnerability. It is identified, but it is not exploited. It is identified in internal organizations. So if any vulnerability is identified, it is not hacked or exploited by external. And again, that this vulnerability software, your organization also it is using means. So that type of vulnerability is called zero-day vulnerability. Zero-day vulnerability means the vulnerability is identified, but patch not yet implemented. It's not exploited from anyone. Your organization, you knows it. The vulnerability software it is identified, but the patch is not yet provided. So that's the zero-day vulnerability. Okay, so this is log4j. Earlier I have shown. So this library it is used for the login process work. To that respect to this, every organization they started implementing the patches, upgrading to the latest versions. Yeah, see this. So you will get the versions, and with this library, log4j library, see all of these versions are vulnerable. Log4j versions. When you did scan with SA tool, it will identify any of this vulnerable, this library. It will throw the version, and with that particular what is the vulnerability, to which version you have to be upgrade. If you not upgrade, the possibility of vulnerabilities. Okay, see this. These all are vulnerabilities. Safe version it is 2.17.1 for Java 8 and later. Log4j 1.x 1.1, 1.2, all versions are vulnerable. So relevant to this, so these all are these all are the vulnerabilities. So the vulnerability code is there. So this is mandatory, you have to check it. Yesterday I have explained CVSS and the CWE, right? So this is also CVE, common vulnerability emulator. So open this, you can able to see more details about it. So you identified this vulnerability. With this vulnerability, this many attacks are exist, and this many type of vulnerabilities are there with this version. If you want to know more it, go and check with this code. you will get the more information. Yeah. So Apache Software Foundation is Apache relevant. Here is the more information. Apache log4j, the version, and who is the vendor. Effects is start from these versions. The more information, when you go through like this, you can able to get it. So you are a security engineer, security expert means you are a research engineer, you are a researcher. See this, if you NIST is the popular, this will give the all guidelines. So you can get more information from here also. Okay. So this is the way you have to check SCA specific vulnerabilities and versions, latest, all those things. అర్థమైందా? Yes. So you need to go deeper. You need to spend some time, need to go deeper with this. As I suggested, go deeper and prepare small notes. Okay? మీరు ఎంత ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే అంత హెల్ప్ అవుతుంది రేపు జాబ్లోకి వెళ్ళరా. Okay, so that's it from my end. So any doubts regarding to SAST and SCA, go to Google and find SAST vulnerability list, SAST scan. See what type of vulnerabilities will identified in the SAST scan. Note this, very important in interview also. So in SAST scan, what are the vulnerabilities have you find recently? They will ask. So more specifically, SAST. So this type of vulnerabilities: SQL, cross-site scripting, buffer overflow, injection flaws, broken access control, misconfigurations, sensitive data exposure, insecure deserialization, improper input validation. So these are the popular vulnerabilities. You are able to find it. It will note it. It will help in interview. Definitely they will ask the question. So in last SAST scan, what are the vulnerabilities have you identified? If you not say any vulnerability name, then it will be issue. Okay, so suppose you say you explained the few vulnerabilities. Suppose you said session oriented vulnerability I have identified. So that won't come here. That it won't come in SAST. So that it will comes in the SAST dashed scan dashed. So that's why you need to note at least 5 to 10 vulnerabilities name specific to SAST scan, specific to SCA scan, specific to dashed scan. Note down the few vulnerabilities names. How I simply Googled it, right? So I got a thought. So I just came and I just Googled it and I got the answer. So your task is to remember SAST scan. In SAST scan, this type of vulnerabilities will identify. Note it. That's it. Okay. Similar SCA scan vulnerabilities list. I will get few examples here. See this: remote code execution, SQL injection, it went some deeper. Scan presence list. Okay, so don't note relevant to SCA, note SAST relevant, and SCA specific, note down the few of the libraries names. Okay. So the Veracode also, it is a popular tool. This is the Veracode website regarding to their tools and their scans and their findings. The detailed information will be there here. Okay, so try to get the report and see the findings. Check in the Google different reports and Google it, and in SCA what type of vulnerabilities it will be reported in applications. Note down. Okay, so if you go this tool specific, Veracode, they have the SCA tool and check marks there, and 45. Sorry. Yeah, so if you go with their organization, they are giving the very deep information about it. So if you have time, so just go through it, but try to know first overview about it. So what is the SA scan and what it will be do? That perspective, try to understand first, and then dig into deeper. Okay, so that's it from my end. Anybody have any doubts, or else we'll close the session.